a quieter place, an easier place, a moment that will finally feel complete. Yet even after all the steps we take, the mind keeps walking long after the body has stopped. Tonight, you don't need to walk anymore. Welcome to Sleepy Zen Story. This is a place for slowing down, for gentle stories, and for peaceful rest. Before we continue, take one soft moment of awareness. Where in the world are you listening from right now? And what time is it for you in this quiet part of the day or night? You don't need to answer aloud. You don't need to type if you don't wish to. Simply notice it and let that thought drift away like a leaf on water. Now allow your shoulders to relax. Let your breathing become slow and natural. And as the night river reflects the moonlight, let this Zen sleep story guide you gently along the path that was already enough.
The path began quietly, as most important things do. It did not announce itself. There were no signs pointing forward, no voice saying, "This way is better." There was only a narrow trail beside the river, silvered by moonlight, soft under bare feet. The traveler walked slowly, not because they were tired, but because the night asked for it. Each step made no sound. The earth seemed to receive the foot without resistance, as if it had been waiting. The river moved beside the path, not rushing, not stopping. It flowed the way breathing flows when no one tries to control it. Sometimes the traveler glanced ahead, expecting the path to widen, to lead somewhere important, but it stayed the same. And slowly, the need to arrive began to fade. The traveler noticed small things instead. How the moon broke into pieces on the water and became whole again. How the air felt cool but kind. How the body knew how to walk without being told. At one point, the traveler stopped, not because the path ended, but because something inside had grown quiet enough to listen. There was no lesson spoken, no answer given, only a gentle understanding, simple enough for a child to feel. The path did not exist to take them somewhere else. It existed to be walked, and that was already enough. The traveler sat by the river, hands resting softly, breath rising and falling on its own. If you're listening now, you may notice something similar. Your body knows how to rest. Your breath knows how to slow. You do not need to guide it. Just like the path, just like the river, you are already doing it right. Stay here for a moment longer. Let the night hold you. The story will continue, but there is no hurry. As the traveler rested by the river, their eyes noticed a stone half buried at the water's edge. It had been there for years, perhaps decades, shaped by the river, but never moved, never hurried. The traveler reached out and touched it. It was smooth, cool, and solid, not demanding attention, not asking for change. A thought whispered gently, "Why do I always feel I must move, change, or fix everything?"
The stone offered no answer. It simply existed. It held its place in the river's rhythm, unchallenged by currents, unchallenged by time. The traveler sat quietly. The sound of water lapping against the riverbank became a kind of song, not loud, not intrusive, just present. And in that presence, a realization came slowly. Sometimes strength is not action. Sometimes clarity is not found in doing. Sometimes peace is simply being. The night deepened. Crickets began their soft chorus. A cool breeze rustled through the reeds. The traveler breathed with the river, matching its gentle pulse. They imagined the stone under the moonlight. No matter what fell from the sky, no matter what flowed around it, it remained calm. It did not try to escape the river, and yet it moved in harmony with it, always exactly where it needed to be. Perhaps, the traveler thought, this is what the mind seeks in sleep, a place where it does not have to rush, a place where it is already enough. If you are listening, let your thoughts settle like that stone. Feel their weight, and then allow them to rest. You do not need to push them away. You do not need to hold on to them. Just let them be, and notice the quiet beneath. The traveler stayed a while longer, aware that no lesson needed words, no wisdom demanded effort. The night, the river, the stone, and their own still breathing were all they needed. Sleep may already be approaching. If you feel it, allow yourself to follow its gentle pull. And if not, simply continue breathing, watching the river, knowing that this moment is already enough.
As the traveler arose from the riverbank, they noticed a lantern swaying softly on a wooden post. Its light was small but steady, casting golden reflections across the water. The traveler approached slowly, not to touch or move it, but simply to watch. The lantern did not hurry to shine brighter. It did not argue with the darkness. It simply existed, illuminating the path immediately before it, quietly, patiently. A thought came to the traveler. Why do I always chase what is beyond me when there is already light here? No answer was needed. The lantern, like the stone and the river, taught without speaking. Its presence was enough. The traveler sat again, feeling the warmth of its glow on their hands. The night continued around them, soft and deep, yet no longer lonely. And as the lantern shone, the traveler realized that sometimes guidance is simply being where you already are. No rush, no striving, just steady, gentle light for each step taken, even in darkness. If you are listening now, allow your mind to be like this lantern, quiet, present, shining exactly where it needs to, not brighter, not dimmer, simply steady. The river continued its slow song. The night wrapped softly around the traveler, and their breathing became one with the gentle rhythm of water and wind. Stay here. There is nothing to fix, nothing to accomplish, only presence, only the path that is enough.
The traveler continued along the river, feet brushing against soft grass and moss. At the edge of the water, reeds bent in the night breeze, whispering secrets the river alone could understand. The traveler paused to listen.
Not for answers, not for guidance, but simply to hear the sound of movement without needing to change it. The reeds bent and swayed, and a gentle thought arose. Even in bending there is strength. Even in silence there is guidance. The traveler smiled softly. Each whisper of the reeds seemed to say, "You do not need to force yourself. You do not need to hurry. The world moves, and you are already part of it." And so the traveler walked slowly, matching the rhythm of nature. The river, the stone, the lantern, the reeds, all moving together in quiet harmony. If you are listening now, let the sound of your own body, your own breath, be like the whispering reeds. Allow yourself to bend with life's currents, without breaking, without resisting. The night deepened, and the traveler felt the first gentle touch of sleep, as if the river itself were carrying them toward a calm, endless horizon. No lesson was written on a sign, no voice echoed in the air. Only the feeling, soft, steady, complete. The path was enough. After walking a little further, the traveler noticed a small wooden bridge stretching across the river. It was old, worn, and perfectly still, as if it had been waiting for countless nights just for this moment. The traveler stepped onto the bridge slowly, feeling the wood under their feet. Each plank creaked softly, but the sound was gentle, like a lullaby to the night. The river flowed beneath, reflecting the moon's silver light. Its current did not rush the bridge, nor did it complain. It simply moved around it, softly, harmoniously. The traveler paused in the center of the bridge. A question floated in the mind. Must I cross everything at once? Must I reach the other side immediately? No answer came, except the rhythm of the river. It seemed to say, patience, presence, harmony. The traveler breathed in, noticing each detail, the faint scent of water, the soft rustle of leaves, the warmth of moonlight on skin. And for a moment, there was no need to cross at all. The bridge, the river, the night, they were enough. All that mattered was the act of standing, breathing, and noticing. If you are listening now, let your mind be like this bridge, steady, calm, knowing that moving forward does not mean rushing. You can pause. You can breathe. You are already supported. Let the river of your thoughts flow beneath, without judgment. Let your body rest fully in the moment. The night will carry you gently, as all paths are already enough.
At the edge of the bridge, a willow tree leaned toward the water, its long, slender branches brushing the river's surface. It seemed to bend not from weakness, but from careful attention to the world around it. The traveler approached the willow quietly. Each branch whispered softly with the wind, creating a melody almost too delicate to hear. The traveler placed a hand on the trunk. It was firm, yet flexible, alive with quiet patience. And suddenly the traveler realized, listening is more powerful than speaking. Stillness is stronger than force. The willow did not command the river, nor did it demand the wind to stop. It simply existed, bending and swaying with acceptance, without resistance. The traveler breathed deeply, feeling a calm flow through the body,
as if every leaf and branch carried away a fragment of worry, a piece of restless thought. And in that silence, sleep began to feel closer, not as a task, not as a goal, but as a gentle invitation to surrender to what already is, to trust that the night will hold all. If you are listening now, imagine yourself as the willow, flexible, attentive, rooted in stillness, yet moving softly with the world. Your breath is your river. Your thoughts are leaves drifting by. Stay in this gentle rhythm. No need to force calm. No need to chase rest. Simply exist here. The path, the river, the willow, and your own slow breathing are all already enough.
The river had been flowing long before the traveler arrived, and it would flow long after. Yet tonight, it felt as if it remembered this very moment, as if it had been waiting for the traveler's footsteps to soften its surface. The traveler leaned close to the water, watching tiny ripples form and disappear. Each ripple was a thought, a memory, a feeling. Some hurried across the surface, others lingered, then dissolved into the quiet. It was easy to see how the river carried everything along, not with judgment, not with effort, but with natural patience. Everything found its place eventually. The traveler's mind, usually a restless tide, began to mimic the river's flow. Thoughts came, but they did not demand attention. They simply moved, and the traveler let them. If you are listening now, imagine your mind as this river. There is no need to control each ripple. You are allowed to simply float with the current and trust that the river will guide you to its gentle conclusion. Breathe here. Feel the calm of the water. Notice the silver light on its surface, and know that your thoughts too are already enough. Further down the path, the traveler noticed a lantern suspended from a branch. It had no flame. Yet the lantern was not empty. It glowed softly with the moonlight, as if reflecting the patience of the night itself. The traveler touched it lightly and felt warmth that was not heat, a quiet light that did not illuminate, but simply reminded them that presence matters more than action. Sometimes, the traveler realized, we wait for something to shine, to give us answers, to confirm that the way is right. But the light was already here. It had been waiting for them to simply notice it. If you are listening now, imagine a lantern floating near you. Its light does not depend on a flame. It is your awareness, your presence, your breathing. Let it shine gently within, without effort, without expectation. And as your eyes grow heavier, allow this light to guide you into deeper stillness, into the soft embrace of night. The trail continued, curving softly along the riverbank, as if the earth itself had been shaping it in response to every step the traveler had ever taken. The traveler noticed how the path seemed to respond to quiet walking, to unhurried breathing, to the gentle attention given without demand. It was not a path that rushed, nor one that pushed. It simply listened. Every step, every pause, Every sigh was acknowledged in its slow, tender way. The traveler understood. Paths are patient. Paths hold memory. Paths do not judge. If you are listening now, your own body is a path. It listens to your breath. It holds the moments you do not notice. It supports your journey without complaint, without hurry. Feel the weight of your body on your bed or cushion. Notice the gentle rhythm of your breath. Know that you too are already enough. The path within you has always been waiting.
Finally, the traveler paused completely. The moon had climbed higher, casting silver over the river, the path, the trees, and the quiet earth. The night seemed to lean closer, as if it had something to say, but spoke not with words, only with gentle presence. The traveler understood without understanding. The night teaches not by forcing, but by allowing. It offers rest to those who are willing to notice it. If you are listening now, let the night speak to you too. Its lessons are not in instructions or answers, but in quiet acceptance. Its rhythm is not yours to command, but to follow softly, as if you were a leaf floating downstream. Let your eyes grow heavy. Let your body soften. Let your mind float like a small boat on the calm river. The night is enough, and you are enough. When you are ready, allow yourself to drift fully, knowing the path, the river, the lantern, and the moonlight all carry you gently into sleep. Now, the traveler lay back on the soft grass beside the river. The moon's reflection shimmered quietly on the water, like tiny pieces of silver drifting slowly. Everything had slowed. Even the breeze whispered softly, as if not to disturb the peace that had settled. You may notice now how your body rests more easily. Your breathing is soft. Your thoughts can float without chasing one another. This is the calm that waits for you every night, waiting for nothing, expecting nothing. The river, the path, the lantern, and the night, they all exist simply. They do not hurry. They do not demand. They simply are. And you, too, are already enough. Right here, right now, just as you are. Let your eyes close gently. Let your mind drift like a quiet boat, and let sleep come slowly, softly, like the moonlight spreading across the water. Good night from Sleepy Zen Story. May your rest be deep, peaceful, and gentle.